Hello and welcome back to part 4 of the Terminator series. Today I'll be painting the details, and that means the gold and the parchment stuff. So there are 2 purity seals and quite a lot of gold stuff because it's an elite choice. First of all, I'm going to clean up my mess here. And then I'll be preparing myself to answer questions in the chat if there are any answers. To answer questions in the chat if there are any questions. Sorry. And of course, Mr. Keto is here too to help me painting, like always. And this color chaos here is because I got kind of carried away yesterday painting this little guy here. A chapter serf or blood troll. And I also started working on a sanguinary priest in my sanguinary priest team for the flesh diet. Black, silver, and I guess that's it so far. Simply okay. Okay, here we go. So here we actually are and can start the painting again. Moistening the wet palette again. Ooh, something is wrong. Okay, no, it's better. Hey, Overlord. Sorry. And hi, Anton. Sorry, I was cleaning up my stuff. I'm fine. And hey, sorry. Today, hi, Anton. I'll be finishing the Terminator. So, that's where we are at the moment. Focus, camera, focus. Clicking my wrist. So that's where we are at the moment. Today I'll be painting the gold and the parchment, like I said. After my cat stops eating my hand. It's good. It's not good. Okay. I'll be starting with the gold. And for that, I'll take Retributor Gold as a base color. Since there are pretty small areas to paint, I won't be using one of my normal metal brushes, which are kind of fucked up most of the times. I'll be using one of my good brushes, and by that I mean the size 0 Lupri brush. How's the music sound volume? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it okay? Mixing it again with some water, and of course not Valhalla Blizzard, but I'll take Lamia Medium. Okay, thanks, Anton. So what are you guys painting? Or what are you doing at the moment? To put it like that. Ringo, stop the licking. Okay, Terminator, nice. So you're doing almost the same. I guess it's not red or the blackish part, but still. Terminator stays Terminator. Good armor, good invuln, good damage. I'll be painting my brush a lot more than I usually do, because I want to protect the bristles from spreading. And like I said before, the metal colors are kind of aggressive in terms of destroying bristles. There's gold on your fur and in your fur. Okay, so you see those small skulls there? I'll paint them gold too. I wasn't sure what color I would be going for. Was thinking about silver or white or something like that, but I think gold is the right color in this case. Jo, ist alles dran, was Details hat. Also das heißt, die ganzen kleinen Extras. Gold, die Purity Seals und was ich halt sonst noch so finde über die Mini. Aber im Prinzip Gold und Purity Seals, dann ist er fertig. Oh yeah, just one more detail I forgot to tell you about. Yesterday I was painting 2 other minis, or partially, 2 other minis. That was why I wasn't streaming, and while doing that, I decided the bluish lines on my edges look okay, but they miss something, and so I added dot highlights. And dot highlights is just small dots in a pretty bright color. And because I didn't want to go too white, because there would have been a little too much in terms of contrast, I used Fenrisian gray and dot highlighted there. Well, in terms of Terminators, my favorite pattern is the Tartaros pattern, actually, because they look great. The original models are missing an abdomen, so I had to elongate my mini, so sorry. But I love them. Those are great. And my second favorite one is I think it's... Is it Maximus pattern? Yes. So the Maximus pattern. And my least favorite is the Cataphractae, actually, because they are so small and a little too Romanesque for me. Hey, Mada, have a good lunch break. Okay, so the dot highlights I was telling about. I hope the camera focuses it. Yeah. So just on the outermost points on the faceplate and the corner edges of the gauntlets, I made small dots with Fenrisian gray. Okay, so the gold is in. Yeah, if you like the Roman aesthetics, that's absolutely great. I mean, not my kind of thing. Not on my Flesh Terrors, at least. I mean, if I would play Ultramarines, sure, why not? But not with my Blood Angels. Okay, I'll prepare the Ironbreaker, because we're on the details. I'll paint the rivets. And I'll do that with Ironbreaker. Again, just small dots. Don't need much color there. And yes, I paint the rivets. I mean, sure, normally they would be in the same color like the armor, because why shouldn't you just paint over them? But I kind of like it for the aesthetics of my Flesh Terrors. I also painted all the rivets on my vehicles, as you can see on my Land Raider. And the other stuff. So the Reno, the Executioner, and what else I painted? Quite a lot. And it's not that much of extra work, in my opinion. Okay, when I'm painting this color right now, I can do some small highlights on my normal silver parts. That means on the rebreather grill on the faceplate, sorry. As well as those rims around the upper lenses, which I'll be painting later on. And again, before anyone asks, because I get this a lot, that's one of the Terminators of the Terminator Hero Packs. And I should point the camera a little more upwards. Yeah. I think Primaris are fine with their aggressors. So there's still something special about Firstborn in terms of the Terminators. And Primaris have their Toughness 5 guys. So a fair mix. If you want Toughness 5, go for Primaris. If you want armor without end and a invulnerable save, go for Firstborn. I like how they're actually doing it with the minis in the moment, or at the moment, sorry. Oder. German words in between. Model-wise, yeah, sure. I mean, the problem with the Terminator armor, in terms of the fluff, is they are quite old, and with that, they should be fitted to normal-sized Space Marines. And since Primaris are 6 inches plus bigger than normal Marines, those relics won't fit, I guess. Of course, I just painted right onto my knee pad here. Correct this. It's just another way to get scratches on your mini, by the way. Yes, Belisarius is a genius, but so far he obviously didn't recreate Terminator armors. Because their patterns are lost or something like that. And maybe because he thinks his patterns are better. Thanks, Anton. I mean, I'm doing my best. I can tell you almost everything about the fluff. So if you have any questions, this can be a fluff video with a painting dude from Germany in the background. Or it can be a tutorial. So you decide where we go. If you're wondering what I'm doing, my Unresin Gray doesn't shut anymore, so I have to open it up and clean the rim. Like that. Wasn't that pleasing? It was. Sorry, I'll be back painting in a second. Okay, here we go. Better. Like new. And Mr. Keto has Fenrisian Grey in his tail. About Gabriel or about Emmett? Man, that's not true about Belisarius. Have you read the books or his last books? Because his character is great. It really is. Okay, so yeah. Well, Gabriel Seth is chapter master for about, I think by now, about 200 years of the Flesh Tearers. He took the mantle of the chapter master from his predecessor, and he also, yeah, sort of took a chapter that was in a pretty bad spot in the opinion of the Imperium. The Inquisition was taking an eye on the Flesh Tearers because of rumors that told they were killing innocents and stuff like that. But actually, Flesh Tearers never killed innocents by the will. Mostly the innocents have been in the way of the Death Company, and the Death Company, of course, thinks that those innocents on the battlefield are horrors, and that's why they kill them. Well, however, he is fighting against those rumors, and he tried to recreate the chapter in a better light. What was pretty difficult because there were not enough reserves or troops that were able to refill the chapter. So he decided in the end he'll keep his chapter in battle. So he went from one front to the other and held his guys in check by holding them close to the enemy. But with the call from Baal and the almost destruction of Baal, he saw a chance to give them a hero's death. So he wanted actually to lead his chapter to battle, to die in glory, and yeah, leave a let's say a positive review in terms of imperial citizens by their actions in the end. But he survived. The Flesh Tearers survived other than other chapters because they are fucking great. And they got refilled by Primaris. Seth was not a big friend of the Primaris in the beginning, but as soon as he realized that the Primaris were not just Ultramarines in red armor, he started to respect them. And by that I mean he was fighting with them in the Angel's Halo. There was an operation started by Dante in the Imperium Nihilus, to reconquer the northern fringe of the Imperium from the Tyranid fleets. And during this operation, Seth realized that the Primaris Marines also were flawed, not like Call said in the beginning, that they were flawless. And that's when he realized they were real Blood Angels, or real Flesh Tearers in that case. There is one little story in White Dwarf where he introduces one of the new Primaris captains to the chapter, and let's say his first minutes in the new chapter were not the most pleasant, because Seth was kind of smacking his face. But yeah, some people say that's because Seth hates him. I say that's Seth's pretty strange way to show the Primaris their respect, or this captain his respect. Because the captain survived, the captain held his rage in check, and in the end, Seth even says, "Welcome to the Flesh Tearers." So yeah. But overall, Seth is not a lunatic or something like that. He is always on the brink of the Black Rage, like his whole chapter. He holds it in check. He was also tried to get rid of some, I think 2 or 3 times. And he always fought his way out, even against an Eversor assassin once. in the book Blood and the Machine, I think. Without weapons, he killed it. And used its exploding body to get free of his prison. Thanks, Mada, at the red. I love painting red. Hey, Woodbury, welcome back. Yeah, well, he didn't really accept his fate. He wanted to get his reputation straight again. So without all the the violence against the civilians or stuff like that, and in the end, he kind of did it. In the devastation of Baal, he even got the opportunity to drink on the blood of some of the innocents. Let's say innocents in a ritual with the I think the Templars of the Knights of Blood, and he refused. He showed them that the flesh tearers are better than that. And yes, it's kind of the Space Marine way. If it doesn't work, die heroically. So yeah, I don't think it's that atypical. The atypical part is that he didn't get any more recruits because they hadn't enough gene seed for about I think 500 years, and the flesh tearers were merely getting 4 full companies when they assembled their chapter. There are even more specials. I mean, normally the first company is full of veterans. The flesh tearers can't do that because there are not enough Space Marines to become all veterans, or like other people like me. Think about it. They are all kind of veterans. So that's the wrong water. That means, and that's a fact, all flesh tearers are told how to use all the weapons. So a normal tactical marine can also use all the devastator weapons, and he can also use all the assault weapons. That makes them a little more versatile. Yeah, well, the innocent part is more like innocent in terms of chaos. I think they sort of drank the helping hand blood there from regiments that try to fight off the enemy. Ah, that's true. Edo. They are not barbarian. They are sons of Sanguinius. They see themselves as sons of Sanguinius, and they not only they. I think many others too see them as the most honest chapter of the flesh of the Blood Angels, because Blood Angels try to keep their bloodlust secret and try to appear noble all the time, and the flesh tearers just do their shit. So when they are in rage, you see they are in rage. When they drink blood, they fucking drink blood. They don't try to look noble. They are by their acts. They are some sort of the tragic heroes of the Blood Angels, and that's what makes them great in my opinion. And they don't like all the bling that Blood Angels normally have. That's why I used to paint, or that's why I try to paint as less gold as I can. So you see the chest eagles on my flesh tears are always black, not gold. I don't glue the special trinkets with all the gems on them and stuff like that. No, I don't think they have anything to do with Angorn. It's pretty obvious that they are sanguineous gene inheritors, because they, or Seth especially, even got one of Sanguinius' feathers, and with a feather he held the Bloodlust and the Black Rage in check during the devastation of Baal, who was pretty nice, even as the corn demons came from the warp and sort of fucked up everything. Yeah, well, they didn't fall to the Black Rage, other than the Knights of Blood. And in the end, the Knights of Blood, being sons of Sanguinius too, sacrificed themselves to enable Seth and the other Flesh Tearers to get away from Baal Secundus and to come down to Baal to help Dante. Sorry for all the ams and orms, but painting and talking is not my strength. The Lamenters are great. I mean, they were great, and then they refused to come to Baal when Dante called. They fucked up, in my opinion. Yeah, and I think normally I should play the Lamenters because they are hunted by bad luck. That's just like me when I play 40k. I'm the lord of ones and twos. I mean, just ask Sweestay here in our chat. I attacked one of his Orc Gorgonauts with Seth. The thing had, I think, 10 HP left. Turn 3, Seth attacked, and I rolled 4 1s in the hit roll. I re-rolled, and a 1 again, so I rolled 5 1s. I wounded 3 times, and it survived with 1 HP, or with 3 or something like that. And then that fucked up my whole game. I should paint yellow armors, I guess, and check patterns on my shoulder, my pauldrons. Okay, I'm painting the parchment now. Painting the parchment means I gave it a base of Carrickstone, and I am highlighting the Carrickstone with Pallid Witch Flesh in 3 steps. And I'm always painting the parchment, from left to right, so no stripes from top to bottom, because I want to give it some texture of pergament or paper, if you want to call it like that. Sure. If you want to paint bone, a good way to start with it is Xandri dust. For one, that's a little dark maybe, but a pretty awesome start is Carrickstone always. Oh, sorry, I should hold it like that. Painted Carrickstone. Give it a wash with Agrix Earthshade or with Skeleton Horde. That's great. Dry brush it, or just paint it again with Carrickstone. And from there on, start highlighting it with Carrickstone mixed with my favorite color here, Screaming Skull. Until you are at a pure Screaming Skull, and then just give it a small dry brush with, I don't know, white or something like that. That's pretty good. I mean, I can even make a small tutorial for bone armor. That's a thing of about 10 minutes, I think. Or bone. Oh, jeez. That was not good. Time to glue again. Okay. Yeah, those handles are a little unstable. Nee, ich mache kein Live-Workout. Ich wollte es noch ein bisschen verdauen, mein Mittagessen, und dann wollte ich mir ins Workout machen, dass ich nachher nicht kotzen muss. Aber hi und willkommen hier im Mal-Channel. Okay, so I painted the gold. I let it dry. I gave it a wash with Agrex Earthshade Gloss. If you don't have the Agrex Earthshade Gloss, you also can use the Cryptek Armor Shade Gloss. And now I'll give it a new coat of gold with Retributor armor again, only on the elevated points. Like that. It gives this gold color a nice touch of depth. And we also know where to highlight later on. No, I'm not bilingual. I'm just German, but I like English, and I watch a lot of Netflix in English, and my audiobooks are English. I also speak a little French, un petit peu, but not good. And no, sadly, not all Germans talk English. That's a problem from time to time. Especially in terms of memes. I mean, I steal my memes from MJG, as you might know, and they are English, and a lot of my friends don't understand them. That's a problem, because they are only funny if you know what is happening in the English language in a lot of cases. Of course, I meant I'm not stealing. I'm borrowing memes. Latin is great for Warhammer. I mean, Gothic is almost Latin. It's like Latin if it was cool. Little other grammar and some words are different, I guess. My brother is learning Latin too, or learned for his studies. So yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, time for my special brush with a curve in the end, because I want to paint around a corner where I just broke my Terminator. Idiot me. And that should be the last time I use this brush, because I think, I know, the super glue was dry. Okay. I don't think your English is bad. I mean, the thing is, you should be able to communicate, and you definitely are. And in the videos I saw so far, there was absolutely okay. So not a problem. I mean, the main problem of other languages like German or French in this case is the pronunciation, because you're born into another pronunciation, a sort of pronunciation. Like, we Germans always have to talk like this, in the opinion of others. And French people are always talking with this French accent. But it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, you still understand it, don't you? And yes, time traveling and Latin would be great, because if you speak Latin in old Europe, you're automatically either a priest or something like that, or a scholar, and that means you'd have good chances to survive longer than one day. Okay, where was I? I just painted the parchment, yep. And now I think I have to paint, yes. I'll take Galvorbeck red, which is actually not really that red. Oh, come on. I'll go for Woodbearer and Pink Horror. And I'll paint the wax seals now with these colors. The Screamer Pink first. Well, Woodbury, normally we do talk like that, but we don't want to get caught by the Americans that we are still in the German Reich. No, sadly, or luckily, we don't all talk like that, mostly. But I really enjoy watching movies, just like Inglourious Basterds, and their pronunciation of German words, and especially in Inglourious Basterds, they really took some Germans and made them talk German, and it sounded natural. In other movies, it's American actors trying to talk German, and that it just sounds wrong most of the time. Oh yeah, for the guys of you who don't know Mada, Mada is a French painter. I know him from Instagram. He's the Lord of Eldar. So give his profile a look, called Mada Wargaming. I can share a link later on my stories. And Stephen Bates here is a musician that I also know from Instagram. He's also doing the same fitness stuff I do. Give him a look too. He's German too, by the way. Yeah, the French talking in by Americans gives me nightmares, and I mean, I'm German. Okay, I mixed the Screamer Pink and the Pink Horror in 50-50 and applied it as a edge highlight on the wax seals. Now I'm using the pure color and just stippling it across the wax seal. On the upper edges again. Just like that. And now comes the fun part. I'll let that dry. Now I'll take the contrast paint. Oh, I should start my... Yeah. My laptop was dying, sorry. I'll take contrast Alternus pink. Oh, sorry. Alternus volupus pink. Mix it with not Lamia medium, but with contrast medium. About 50-50, so it gets a, or becomes a wash. Just like that, and I'll apply that on the wax seal too, so a small wax wash if you want so. Done. And done. Then I realize I painted a small blue dot on my red armor. I have to correct this. Done. Okay, the good thing is, now that I already mixed the volupus pink, I can use it to draw small letters on the parchment. I use my 10-0 brush for that, and I get rid of this. So you won't be able to see this because I need a strange sort of hand position to do that. Ich bin müde, yeah? That works. Ich bin müde. In that case, I don't think you have the U with the dots on it. An E, let's paint an I there. Or just a crippled spot thing. And I think an S over there. And because I can, a T. Or an F. F is better. Okay, so now I mix some black. I still have my wet palette with a lot of water. And I paint the stripes there to make it look like there are written words. This works pretty good if you're just stippling the black color on the parchment. Or if you're painting small lines, it works too, I guess. I'm a friend of stippling, so it looks like actual letters. I need the handle again, like that. Now, come on, color. that's it. So, focus camera, focus. Yeah, the parchment looks like that now. And in the front, it looks like that. All that is left to do now is the lenses on the top, I guess, because I don't see what else I should be painting. The lenses on the top, and later on the lightning across the claws or along the claws. I'll be making a special video for this lightning because it's a special effect, and I wanted to do this in a single video, but I can paint the lenses there. Won't paint them in any color. I'll take a look at my Terminator Captain, and the lenses here I painted green, so I'll be painting them green too, I guess. I can stay with a small brush here. Colors I use for the green are Caliban green, mood green, and Uriel yellow. At first, I'll paint a small dot of the Caliban green on the lenses. Yeah, I mean, if you want to look up the lightning video and you have to scroll through 1.5 hours of a shit talk in German, it's annoying. So I'll be making a lightning video. See you, Mara, have fun. Okay, with the small brush, I apply the green, or I already applied the green. Now I start mixing the Caliban green with the mood green, using water or spit in my case. Water, of course. And I'm doing the same as I already did on the lenses on his plate face plate. Sorry. Even more. Now I'll use water. It's no problem if you're using too much water. It's just, it gives you the possibility to move the drop that will appear there, and the final position of the drop will be the position where the most pigments are. So that's the lightest part of your paint job in the end. And it's the brightest part, not the lightest part. Always the same mistakes. Okay, using the yellow now for a final dot in the lower corner, like that. And one dot of pure yellow. Okay, so into the light reflexes. I'm always doing the same, or mostly. I'm just taking a small amount of white scar and dot the upper corner on 2 points. Come on. Okay. And because I am me, and that means I correct this little mistake with some Caliban green again. And that's it. So the lenses are painted. Focus, camera, focus. And with that, the mini is almost complete. What I'm doing now is applying grass tufts and snow. For grass tufts, I'll be using the grass tufts by Army Painter. No, that's not the Army Painter grass tufts, that's the wrong one. There. Like I said, the Army Painter grass tufts, they come on a small batch of paper like that. You need tweezers. I think I'll be applying 2, and I don't want them to look all the same. They should be self-gluing. From experience, I know they are not, or they are, but not good. Stop licking my arm. That means I'll be cutting them a little smaller, and I'll be applying them with super glue. So let's see. I think we'll be getting one of the tufts right here. I'll be applying one tuft right here. And I think one in between the legs. Yes, so we need actually 3 parts. Stop. Okay, that's the outer part. Ja, dankeschön. Ja. Und viel Spaß beim Workout. Wenn du deins dann machst oder wenn du schon gemacht hast. Okay. So I applied the super glue right on the tuft. And now I'm applying the tuft. Just like that. That's okay. The second tuft will go there. I have to get it a little smaller. Just a small triangle. I think like that, yeah. Super glue and get it on. That's okay here. Not a problem if you're gluing it across a stone or something like that, because later on there will be snow too, maybe. And number 3, I said I want to apply it right there. That means cutting again. Another small triangle. Some super glue. Thing with this grass tufts is just take a look at the grass itself. It shouldn't be growing sort of in every direction. Just get away those parts that are standing in your way to a good mini and make most of the grass look upwards. Just like that. Okay, here we go. So that's what's left. I'll be using this for my small dude there. Guy is allowed to dry for now. I'll give him a small dry brush with Karak stone on his base. Painting 2 minis again at the same time. Shame on me. First color of the dry brush is Karak stone, like always on my earth bases. And nope, that's not a mini you can buy a Games Workshop, or you actually can. It's one of the guys from the Age of Sigma Luminarium, this big solar gun thing of the Empire. And I kind of rebuilt him. Okay, so this gets a highlight of Screaming Skull. Stop the licking. Okay. Clean. And time for tufting. It's a small base, so I'm going for 2 tufts. Should be enough for him. Number 1 is going, I think, somewhere there. Yeah, that looks good there. And number 2, the bigger one, is going right in front of him, like this. And again, getting rid of those grass parts that are not looking like you want them. Just rip them off with the tweezers. Okay. Let's the fuck. I think that should be it for the blood roll carrying the chainsword. And also, almost also, for the Terminator. In terms of the Terminator, I'll take a little special here. So his base is flat down there. I should be able to just glue one of my magnet fields for bases right under him, so I can transport him later on. I'll do that with super glue, actually. Yeah, I'm still trying to find out when the best time is to, or when grandmas. What the fuck? I'm still trying to find out the best times to stream. So sorry. And like that. Okay, so it's no beauty, but it's magnetic. I'll be streaming later on too, so there's still the lightning on the claws to do, so maybe you can catch up there. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. I love hearing that I inspired people for flesh tears or for painting or something. It's just great, in my opinion. So I have to thank you. And like I said, I'll take Bed on Black now. Abbott on Black, I mean, and paint the rim. The brush is pretty broken, but I don't give a damn. Just the rim, no details. I'll be needing a smaller brush there, I see. This brush is pretty fucked up. It really is. Okay, so number 1, black base rim, done. Number 2, chapter serve base rim. By the way, I'm using a special website to keep track of my projects and to paint them all. And this website is actually made by Ben Bailey. It's called pileofpotential.com. What? Okay. Let me show you what my cat did. Say hi. Actually, the pot for my plastic shit shouldn't be in there. Okay, so that is done. The base rim has to dry now, and the only thing that is to do by then is the lightning on the claws. Actually, there's one more thing I can do right now. I'll again take my size 0 brush. I'll take my Agrax shade. I knew there was something I forgot. And I also take some contrast medium. Mix it 50-50. Just like that. And now I'll shade the parchment. That's the thing I wanted to do about 20 minutes ago. And forgot it 3 times in a row. So yes, I'm shading the parchment right after I painted all the lettering and stuff. And that just makes it look a little more old and grimed, if you want to say it like that, I think. I can. Okay. Weathered. That's what I was searching for. So, parchment has to dry. In that time, I'll take some Corbus Black, make a lovely tip, and repaint the parts here of the soft part of the armor that I just destroyed when dropping the Terminator. So, more like minor corrections. It's too much. As you might see now, by applying the magnets on the base, I can actually stick the Mini on my handle thing here with the metal without anything touching its base rim when it's drying. What is pretty nice. Okay, I'll just get it a little more white. Now I'm just mixing the Corvus black with some lighter color, in this case with Screaming Skull, to make it a, or to give it a brownish back tone, you can say. Looks more rubbery, in my opinion. With the old one, you mean the black and red stuff? Black and red is always better. I don't like this dark greenish or this Caliban greenish tone. That's just not, I don't know, not my jam, if you want to put it like that. But actually, sadly, I have to say Dark Angels are not my jam. I mean, I like the Lion, I like big parts of the fluff, but I don't like Dark Angels as they are at the moment. I can't even say why they love Plasma that much. It's just strange. For me, at least. Okay, so that's it. Now the stuff is dry, and I have to work out, and that means I'll be back after my workout. So see you in 1.5 hours, something like that, for painting the special effects on the clothes. Just to show you, oh kiddo, come here. Just to show you what we did today. Give me a second. Or what we did in the stream is the Terminator. Okay, that's too bright. Maybe this one. Don't lick me. The Terminator. If it focuses someone. Yeah, come. Okay. So we did this. Stop licking my arm. And get off. I also made the last parts for this Mini here. Focus. Focus. Yes. Chapter Serve or Black Thrall. He'll be a ammonium chirrup later on. One for my Devastator squads, if I ever use one. Okay, so see you then. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good one, I guess.